Hey guys, how y'all doing? Time to bring some focus to your favorite and not so favorite geeky films. Cam here, and welcome back to Cam in Focus. Before we get started, be sure to punch that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with geeky news and discussions. Geek News Now takes pride in being a reliable source of media news so that we don't keep getting hounded by clickbait. So hit that subscribe button and follow us on social media to join our family. And you already know what's coming. We still got promotions going on with Ripped Apparel and MetallicDiceGames.com. All kinds of awesome tabletop gaming accessories can be found at MetallicDiceGames.com, and you can score 10% off by using the code GNN at checkout. Or if you'd rather find yourself an awesome shirt to wear, head over to RippedApparel.com and use the code GNN10. That's GNN10 at checkout for 10% off of their products. Y'all already know the drill, let's go. Blade Runner 2049 is my absolute favorite film. It's a story that not only asks what it means to be human, but also how human are we? Do we even have any humanity anymore? It makes us ponder the meaning of the soul and the lengths we go to subjugate what we think doesn't have one. Replicant Blade Runner KD6-3.7, or K, is the character through which these questions are presented. Now, I'm no philosopher, so I won't try to dig too deep into all of the thought-provoking themes about humanity and the self that this film embodies. Instead, I'll focus on a small piece of that question. Feeling. Are we human because we can feel? Or can we feel because we're human? Denis Villeneuve cleverly uses many shots of characters' hands to convey not only a sense of feeling, but of grounding, and to give more depth to the questions of the soul that the main characters struggle to find. There are many shots of Kay's hands that give context to his character, such as at the very beginning when he wakes up from sleep and immediately moves his fingers to the controls of his car, seemingly without conscious thought, giving us the idea that he is a man of singular method and purpose, so practiced in his procedures that there's little reason or cause for pondering or consideration. More than once we see Kay reach out to touch falling snow. The first time we see this, it's during a moment of inner turmoil in which he's doubting what he is and what he's known. He seemingly has the revelation that everything he's known to be true was a lie, and it seems like a mental block has been taken down, allowing him to feel the snow as if it's first time feeling anything. The second time we see this is just before he dies at the end of the film, reaching out to touch the snow one more time in a showing of calm acceptance and inner peace, in contrast with the previous snowfall. He now knows that he wasn't born special, but he gave meaning to his own life by making it special, and being able to feel was his way of understanding that. His first time feeling the snow was him questioning his identity, whereas the second time was him affirming it. I find it a little profound as well how at the end of the film we see a similar image in Anna Stelline, who is a real human who can only interact with holograms. She creates a virtual snowfall and holds out her hand, but the snow passes right through it. It's an interesting contrast to Kay that the human rather than the replicant is forced to live an unfeeling artificial life.
And they picked me, made my cage, filled it with everything they could to keep me happy.
Take the idea of the hand being the center of feeling and apply it to another character whom we see try to touch something. Joy. Joy is an artificial intelligence consumer product hologram who passes right through everything she touches. So almost every physical interaction she has with Kay is simply hovering above the point of contact. But the first time she experiences rain, her hologram and programming changes to emulate the feeling of rain falling on her skin. While that's more than likely just an intricately programmed response to external stimuli, you'll notice that it's after this moment that she begins to make decisions of her own free will. There's a scene that was cut from the film showing Joy telling Kay that she loves him.
I love you.
You don't have to say that.
I know.
By saying I know, it implies that she's acting off of more than just her programming that dictates that she tells him only what he wants to hear. She's an external conduit of emotion that grounds Kay with comfort and empathy, even though he can't physically touch her. One could almost argue that Joy herself represents Kay's soul, his intangible driving force. Knowing she had the ability to feel brought a new level of humanity to her character and elevated her beyond just a program. These ideas shine in stark contrast to another character whose hands play a role in her portrayal, the police lieutenant Joshi. When love squeezes her hand so hard that the glass she's holding shatters in it, she hardly even reacts. It's hard to tell whether or not she's even registering the pain. This, to me, shows us as viewers how desensitized humanity has become, that the ones who try to stay within the lines and maintain the status quo are the most mindless and, in a way, the most obsolete. Now, I've been talking a bunch of rhetoric about feeling and emotion, so where am I going with this? One quote in particular can sum up the entire idea behind this video. "I think, therefore I am," is an old philosophical statement brought into society by Rene Descartes? I don't know. I can't pronounce that right. Sorry. In 1637, in his philosophical work, Discourse on Method. It has since become a central idea in Western civilization as demonstrating the attainability of knowledge and identity. The idea of thinking implies cognitive and conscious mental processes that result in questions, conclusions, and actions. In his work, he describes a demon trying to convince him that he doesn't exist. But if he didn't exist, then how could a demon convince him of anything? Does conscious thought and the ability to have your ideas and expressions affected by external stimuli act as a demonstration of humanity? These are questions that the film raises but doesn't explicitly answer. The idea of conscious thought breaking through programming is shown to us marvelously in this movie and its characters. Even though they're forced to exist to serve humanity, essentially to live the life of a machine, the choices they make determine the metaphorical programming of that machine. Even though Kay discovers he's not truly special, that he really is just another replicant, he still chooses to fight against every force that tells him that that's all he is. He realizes that everything that he believed gave his life meaning were taken away from him in one way or another, but he takes action to create a sense of purpose regardless. By opening himself to allow himself to feel, Kay finds the soul he was told he didn't have. What defines us as humans isn't the life we live, but rather our desire to feel and our need to affirm our identities. Being able to make the choice to make a choice gives the deepest feeling of humanity to the characters who struggle the most to find it.
Dying for the right cause is the most human thing we can do.
Well, that's all I got for you today. I hope that you enjoyed my little rant about this film. I apologize that it wasn't a bit more articulated, but, you know, such thought-provoking ideas like this are a little hard to put into words, especially for me, whose knowledge of philosophy is surface level at best. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to keep up with all the content. We are getting close to 1,000 subscribers. Our count is going up every single day, and it is amazing. Thank you everybody so much for sticking around and enjoying what we've been putting out. This has been Cam in Focus, proud to be part of the Geek News Now Network. Find us on social media, links for it all in the description below. And don't forget to hit up metallicdicegames.com and riptapparel.com and use those codes that I mentioned at the beginning for 10% off your purchase. Links for those sites in the description below too. Have a wonderful day, everybody.